This is really big. And I'm going to kind of recap the story and set up the story because I don't know if Suzette knows the story or if anyone listening knows the story. I was a big fan of Vince Vaughn, the actor Vince Vaughn, Suzette. In fact, many times his father, I would see his father at the gym. We would talk. I was at a couple charity events with his dad, very cool guy. And one day, I was doing the show in the studio, and my wife was having breakfast with my son Dutch, who at the time was very little. So I don't know how many years ago this was, 7, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, something like that. And she texts me from a restaurant, and she says, "Hey, Vince Vaughn is here eating breakfast with his dad." I'm like, "Get out of here." I go, "Why don't you try and get a picture with Dutch and Vince Vaughn?" She goes, "No." And I go, "Just try it." So she's walking out to her car after breakfast. Vince Vaughn is walking out to his car after breakfast. This is the actor from Swingers and Lost World and other things. Dodgeball, Wedding Crashers. And she asks Vince Vaughn if she can get a picture with my son Dutch. Just them in the parking lot. And he says no.
Oh.
Right?
What?
Yeah, and I got so pissed off. Remember Kyle how pissed off I was?
Yeah, you were really mad.
I was pissed off. And then a couple days later, I turned on the TV, and he's on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and he's talking about being on vacation in England and how he was on a tour bus, taking a tour of the city, and that fans were coming up to him taking pictures. And he was talking about how much he loves it when fans talk to him about taking pictures. He loved it. And I got even more irritated. Next thing you know, he's booked on our show to talk about whatever he's promoting. And I couldn't take it. And I had a little confrontation with him.
A big confrontation.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Like they were arguing about it. Big time.
Yeah, and here's a piece of it.
Great news.
No, that's not it.
Most people don't come up and ask you when you're eating, especially if you're sitting with someone. They sort of realize that you're in the middle of a meal, and they don't really expect you to get up from in the middle of eating to take a photo.
No, it was a parking lot. You were all walking back to your cars.
I like how the story changed to make it more menacing.
No, I swear to God. I'm telling you the truth.
I can't help you, sir. I'd love to give you a hug, and I'm sure you're sweet.
Very
I don't know what I
nice.
can do for you.
All right, so
It was awkward.
Yeah.
It was really awkward and like tense.
Yeah. And in fact, I think as I was making my case, he just starts talking faster and over me and over me. And is there another clip too? Yeah.
What we're learning is about a boundary crosser who didn't get what he wanted, who's going to keep pushing the issue. This is an interesting study.
No, it is. It is.
The use of a 7-year-old and your wicked game is even more torturous, sir.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Had you been eating, I would have said
manipulation here, gosh. Cry me a river.
Yeah, in the story, you say that your wife said...
My 4-year-old's heart was broken because something he didn't understand I shoved him into.
No, you're right. It was bad parent on my part. But you were in the parking lot.
Let him just go off on you.
You were walking to the car with your dad. I thought it was a piece of cake.
You got to get a hobby.
Okay.
Oh, he didn't want to hear it.
No, he was shutting it down at every... because I'm sure in his world, what he's, he knows it doesn't make him look good because he said, yeah, no thanks to a little kid. So he has to turn it around to make it sound like the aggressor, the one who asked for the picture, is somehow in the wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
He totally turned it on you.
Oh, he totally did. But still, no matter how he paints the picture, he said no to a 4-year-old. So that was 7 years ago.
More of a jerk because of the way he was talking over you and calling you names.
So I haven't liked him since then, right? And I don't know if it's a coincidence, but the guy hasn't had a hit movie in I don't know how long. So anyway, I hear rumors a couple of months ago that Vince Vaughn had moved into my neighborhood.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Right?
Oh my God.
I know.
If he only knew.
So, and someone said that, and I was like, whatever, moved to my neighborhood, whatever. So, anyway, yesterday, my wife gets the mail and puts the mail on the counter. And she goes, what is this? And I look at it, and it is an envelope. It's my address from the IRS.
No.
To Vince Vaughn.
No.
Shut up.
Take a look.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Don't film it, Grant, because my address is on there.
Oh my God. So
right?
What do you do with this?
What do you do with that? The IRS has sent me Vince Vaughn's mail to my house.
So now
The shoe is on the other foot.
Your address? Like
Yes.
So you don't know which house he's
I don't know which house to go to. Hey, man, here's your mail. Knock on the door, friendly neighbor. Hey, dude, got your mail.
Remember me?
Yeah, take a picture of my son now. And then I thought, God, I so badly want to open and see how much money he made last year.
I know. Is it so bad?
Looks like your film career's not doing so well, huh? You only made $9 million.
Oh my, this is unbelievable. If you think with the Vaughn, the Van Ness, I
don't know, man.
He wrote down the wrong, one of his
the
people.
wrong address. Johnjay's address is printed under Vincent Vaughn's name. What?
I know.
What if that means you
I'm,
can
like,
get
nervous
royalty
holding
checks? Let me see. Let me take a look.
Oh, I'm like nervous holding that thing. It's like so hard not to
see
open.
through it.
Well, I'm sure the IRS uses thick envelopes.
That's the thing too. Is I thought, so what if I open it? I'm gonna see what it is, and I'm like, well, I know that there's all kinds of like illegal issues with that, and it's the IRS, and that they're gonna like. If it's you don't want to screw with the IRS, right? So even I'm almost afraid bringing them up because I thought they're gonna what do you call that? Audit me for whatever, just bringing it up. But anyway, so I have an envelope with Vince Vaughn's name on it, addressed to my house, and I don't know what to do. I can knock on everybody's door.
Yeah, what do you do?
That is a pickle.
I know.
Okay, so you're pretty close with your neighbors. You know a lot of that. Well, not close, like relationship-wise, but you see them all the time. So now you have to start asking around because somehow you got to get that back to Vincent Vaughn.
Right.
So wait.